Peace, family. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye coming to you once again every Saturday with a deep topic that is essential to regaining our balance because a lot has happened to us that send us in the wrong direction. So my responsibility and obligation and my purpose is to share with you what I have been blessed with, by the Creator in honor of our ancestors. And let us always keep in mind, and I can't say it enough, that we are the ancestors here today having a human experience. So let's understand that. So let's keep the connection with the spiritual ancestors to lead, guide, direct, and protect us while we're here. Anytime you need to call on someone, call on the ancestors, the ones that you have high regard and high respect for while they were here. So, family, I would like for you to review my other videos on various topics, and you will definitely see that they will have some pertinent information there that will assist you in transforming and being a better person. So, with that in mind, today's topic is stability. Stability. And stability is a state of mind, a state of being non-resistant to change, or not being prone to wild ups and downs. In other words, to continue, to retain, or to keep in existence. So it must be a steady flow, a routine that will not change you, irregardless of what. Now let's talk about, let me mention to you or share with you about what self-stability is. And self-stability means immediate feelings of self-esteem. Immediate feeling of self-esteem, which is not influenced by everyday, positive or negative experiences. That means you have a steady flow, you have a balance, you have that routine going, and it's not affected by positive or negative. Because once you get to that level, then just be. Just be, family. So there's a lot of different areas that stability is about, and we're going to talk about various areas that pertains to stability. And I just gave you self-stability, and self-stability is immediate feelings of self-esteem, and you're not influenced about it by everyday positive or negative experiences. You will always have your balance. You're always steady. So let's talk about, let me mention to you or share with you a stable relationship. Wow. A stable relationship is a relationship that is built on loyalty, is built on trust, is built on safety, and is built on consistency. That's what a stable relationship is built on. Now, the first relationship, of course, is with yourself, because you have to have it to give it. So we must stabilize ourselves and have that divine relationship with ourselves, because the first law of nature is self-preservation. So we must, like they say, everything starts at home. We're not really talking about a building. We're talking about the home of your mind, because everything is mental. Everything you see today came from a thought. That's how powerful we are. But we have been broken down to the lowest level, which is the physical level, and we became overly emotional. So the wise man goes by what he knows, not what he feels, because feelings can be deceiving. It can cause you to misread, misjudge. It can even cause you to disrespect yourself. So be careful with those feelings. In other words, guard your heart. So family, a stable relationship starts with self. And then you can be the ultimate example to all others. Because keep in mind that there's more watching than listening. So always be the best version of yourself. Of yourself. Now, as we progress, gains are hard to maintain amidst all of this conflict, all of this fragility. We're too fragile. You know what I mean? So we must promote. We must promote peace and stability to develop progress. We must do that, family. We must promote peace and stability to develop progress. Peace is going in the center of who you are and tap into that balance. Tap into that state of balance, consistency. And that's what peace, and then stability. You're not moved by what's going on around you. You are stable. You maintain who you are and whose you are. So again, we're going to mention a lot of different areas that pertains to stability, or to be able to be stable no matter what's going on. So family, as we progress again, gaining can be very difficult because of conflict, all this stuff going on, COVID-19, the flu, racism, disrespect, and all of this kind of nonsense that's going on in this world today. So we must again promote peace and stability in order to develop progress. That is very important. Very, very important. Now, let me mention to you or share with you what stability is in psychology. We go to these schools and all of these places where it tell us, what really these terminologies are and these words are. But we must go etymology, the beginning of words, the root meaning of words. And that came from us, the original people, the chosen people, the children of God. Everybody mad about that because they know that we are and they're not. That's why they fight so hard to keep us down. Don't be faked out by being a hand-picked person and talking about I got a good job. What the hell is a good job when you working for somebody who don't even look like you? They'll pull the rug from under you at any moment. So that's why they say God bless the child who got his own. First of all, got his own mind. Because everything, as I always say, is mental. So in psychology, stability is the absence of variation and or motion. Is the absence of that. Sounds kind of contradictory, doesn't it? But it's the absence of variation and it's the absence of motion, which results, it has a result now, which results in maintaining character. Character. And character is important because when I was growing up, your image is more important than anything. The family's image is more important than anything, and you don't embarrass the family. Or you talking about being destroyed because you don't play with the image of the family. So character is what it develops or it maintains your character. Not only that, um, it causes you to have very, very, very few emotional and mood swings. Very few. And it's also the absence of um, body sway. Yeah, I was thinking about that term, body sway. So what is body sway? Body sway is, remember they say stand tall, shoulders back, head up. Body sway is when you got your shoulders slumped or you're looking down. And that was a law in the books uh, during slavery on up to this point. You never look white folks or other folks in the eye. Always look at the tip of their shoes. And that's why most of us still walking around voluntarily looking down. We must lift our heads and shoulders back and be the warriors that we truly are. So you have to maintain your character and have very, very, very few emotional and mood swings. And it's also the absence of body sway. Always stand tall, represent, and honor our ancestors. Yes. Woo! I get excited when I talk about this because as I'm speaking to you, family, I'm reminding myself. So I get 2 for 1. That's why I say what I mean and mean what I say. So therefore, I don't have to apologize. Your feelings hurt, then you need to ask yourself, why am I hurt? Especially when somebody's telling you the truth. Now, just because you never heard what is being communicated doesn't mean it's not true. Isn't that the purpose of going to school? If you knew it all, no need to go to school. No need to study. No need to do research. No one knows it all. Life is too big, so there's always something to learn, and there's various degrees to everything. So keep on learning and keep on growing. You can't go wrong, and learning can be painful, as we know. So let's talk a little bit about family stability. There's all kinds of stabilities now, and I'm just sharing them with you that you can take these topics and do some research on your own, because there's no greater gratification than doing it yourself. Self-progress. So family stability is the consistency of family activity and routine. The consistency of family activity and routine, which represents love with respect. Why did I say love with respect? Because love cannot be real if you're not building on the foundation of respect. Respect is the foundation to all relationships. We talk too much about love and not enough about the foundation of respect. Because respect, depending on how solid it is, will determine how much you can build on it. But unfortunately, we build on quicksand. That's why it doesn't last. And what I mean by quicksand is emotions. And we fool ourselves to believe, hey, I feel better, so I must be better. But don't be deceived by that. Because a wise man goes by what he knows. So we have to know these things, family. We got to man up. We got to woman up. We got to mind up. We got to own up. That's what real people do. That's what spiritual people do. Now, keep in mind that there's a difference in religion and spiritual and being spiritual. Religion is a group thing based on principles and beliefs. It's a group thing. Community or whatever, group of people. But spirituality is self-centered. It's an individual thing. So we must go within and tap into that peace area, that balanced area, and be stable about it. Stay there no matter what's going on around you. That's what you call some serious stability. That's what you call some serious spirituality. Too many of us are religious, but there is no spirituality going on. That's why when the wind comes by, it blows us all over the place. That's emotions. Stay in, stand in your square and stay in your square. Never allow anybody to bring you out of your square unless you feel it's necessary. So once again, family stability is very important. Very, very important because it is the consistency that will bring about being dedicated and committed to the family's activity and the routines, which is a serious sign of love with respect. So let's go even a little further and talk about self-esteem. Self-esteem tends to influence or it tends to fluctuate over time. It fluctuates. Self-esteem fluctuates. It has a tendency to fluctuate over time, depending on the circumstances. Depending on the circumstances. But at the same time, the challenge is, can you keep on moving with balance while everything around you or anything around you is not balanced? Man, you got to be all that. Can you keep on moving with balance when things around you are not balanced? Wow. Wow. And only real people can maintain no matter what's going on around them. And don't forget, storms have faces. And some of these faces that we care for. So can you keep on moving while the storms are going on in these people's lives that we care for without giving in? Because don't forget, stability means to continue. It means to retain. It means to keep in existence. It means balance. Character. Wow. Family. This is a extremely deep topic here, and it's very personal. And no one can do these things for you. No one can go inside of you but you. Unless you allow them to get in and take you over. And that can only happen when you're overly emotional and you have no stability. So let's man up, woman up, mind up, own up. So self-esteem is, can you keep on moving with balance while everything or anything around you is not balanced? That's self-esteem. Immediate, maintaining. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, how about personal stability? Personal stability is a lifestyle characterized by appropriate and let's see, how can I put this? Appropriate and well thought out decisions. Appropriate and well thought out decisions is what personal stability is about. Can you do that? Can you do that? It also means consistent behavior. Can you be consistent with your behavior? No matter what's going on. Can you? Ask yourself. And also very, very moderate mood swings. Because we know that things bother us. One thing about a spiritual person or a strong minded person, the more you know, the more you see. And the more you see, the more crazy it can be. So be careful with allowing it to get the best of you. Very, very, very moderate mood swings, if any. So, family, I just shared with you various areas of stability. Now, let's talk about, as I love also, synonyms and antonyms of what stability is. And synonyms are words or terms that are similar to the topic that we're talking about today, which is stability. So, what are some synonyms, which there are many? And the first one that comes to mind is firmness. Be firm. See, one thing that real people is about, real people are fair, but they're firm. Most people love the fairness, but they have a problem with the firmness. They call you mean, you don't care, you don't love me and all that. Don't go for them fake moves. Because once I know who I am, everybody else have an opinion. Let me say that again. Once I know who I am and whose I am, everybody else have an opinion. And God gave everybody the right to an opinion, just like he gave everybody an asshole. Uh-oh. Come on, Sadiki, don't talk like that. Yeah, well, I'm real. I'm representing. I just tell it like it is. Raw food for thought. And I'm not even mad about it. I'm just as peaceful as I can telling you the truth. Firmness. Firmness. Solidity. Be solid. Steadiness. Keep a rhythm. Strength. Be strong. Stand tall. Security. Be very secure in what you're about. And feel a sense of support. And the last one that I like to share with you is balance. These are the synonyms, the things that are similar to stability. These are characteristics. Now, you also have antonyms, which are opposites. And the first antonym that comes to mind is doubt. Doubt. We have a lot of doubters out here. Not only doubting, but you got a lot of weak people out here. Weakness. They're very weak. They're very insecure. They're very unstable. They don't have too much balance. They don't. They sway a lot. Unstable. One minute they this, next minute they that. And that can be dangerous. You are a danger to yourself. So be aware of the energies, the level of energies that people entertain. That will define their character. Everything is energy. We need to teach our children about the importance and the power of energy. They need to know that, because don't forget, family, we are scientists by nature. We are the universe as individuals. Whoa, did you hear that? We are the universe as individuals. They can't even find our beginning. We are the ones who bear witness that there is a universe and there is God. There is a creator. There is the Most High. There's Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, Buddha, Jesus, Abraham, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. There's 99 attributes of the same thing. Energy is one also. I am. But everybody, all religions, which is crazy, think they have the only answer. It's impossible for a group of people to have the only answer. You have answers, but you don't have all the answers. Everybody have answers. So why don't we come together and share our answers and look how big everybody become? So why hate? Don't religion is one of the major things that separated us. Don't go for the okie doke, family. Religion is just a way of life, a way to get to the spiritual. If Broad Street represents the spiritual destination, then it doesn't matter which way you take to get there. The key is get there. And you're going to have many experiences and challenges along the way. And we should make sure that they end up being testimonies, not burdens. We got people going around loaded down with burdens. They won't let it go. So they start beating their own ass and looking for a victim to blame, to point a finger at. Nah, own up. The key to it all is, what did you learn? And learning can be painful. So the only thing that's bad in life is when you're not learning, period. Remember that. Because if you got something out of it, then how can it be bad? It's all good. So family, how do you develop stability? That is very important. What is the process or the evidence of being a stable person? How do you develop? Emotional stability is the main thing. How do you do that? You get quality sleep. Now, keep in mind, all sleep is not quality, because some people go to sleep and wake up more tired when they wake up. So that's not quality. So let me put it in another way. Get quality rest. The second one, exercise. Not only exercise your body, but exercise your mind. Another one is eat healthy. Eat healthy. And eating, your diet is determined by your forefathers. And they told us to let the food from the tree be your meat. It didn't say chase animals around. You might as well get a knife and fork and salt and pepper and go on and just kill any animal and eat it. Oh my goodness. What difference does it make? You call them bloodsuckers? You know, why would you want to eat an animal, a killer animal, and eat it? Everything that's dead, it cannot promote life. Use your God-given senses. Or it gives you protein. Death only weighs you down. And all disease starts in the stomach. So that's why they say you are what you eat. Be careful what you put in your stomach. Because it goes in your liver, kidneys and all that, in your bloodstream. And what feeds the brain but the blood? So the quality of your blood will determine the quality of your thinking. People who have seizures, those are the ones who have all kinds of worms in their bloodstream from eating all this meat, all this death. And all death cannot promote life. You bury it in the ground, not in your stomach. Even though God revealed to some of our prophets on what to eat while we're in the wilderness, while we're in slavery. But when you come out, go back to your natural ways. We forgot to do that. So we became addicted to death, to poison, to chemicals, to drugs. And then it says, let the herbs of the field be the healing of the nation. Herbs are, vegetables. spices, seasoning, all that comes from the earth. And that's healing, because everything that grows have healing in it. Because if our bodies came from the earth and you eat earthly things, it only jives. It only gives you that lift, because it's all energy, family. You cannot fool energy. So stop putting death in you knowing better. I guarantee you, you wouldn't eat that meat by itself. You know what you put on that meat? Herbs and spices. So it's about the seasoning. So we can be creative and make any kind of dish. It's all about the texture. So you go in your lab, which is the kitchen, and create the texture, and then add the seasonings. So it's the seasonings that you love so much, not so much the dead birds. You don't know what the hell you eating today. They say it's hamburger. It can be anything. It can be possum, skunk, groundhogs, horses. It can be anything. You don't know what the hell you eating, family. But all you saying is good. And the good is nothing but the seasoning. Who are the most supreme seasoning people but us? That's why we was always in everybody else's house, cooking for them and preparing everything, and going to all these restaurants now. The majority are us, because we know about that. All the other folks got all that bland stuff. They don't know nothing about seasoning. And everything good that they know, we taught them. But they'll never tell us. But we need to know. And stop begging so much. Snake, please stop being a snake. No, at least they're being excellent in being a snake. What are we going to do about it? Everything that happened to us is not our fault. But it is our responsibility and obligation to do something about it. And because we haven't done anything about it or enough about it, then our children are cursed. And look at what they're doing to each other. That's our future. But we keep blaming them. They didn't come here like that. They developed into that because of the ones before them did not give them a correct guidance, direction, and a foundation. It is what it is, family. And I take part of it myself. Because everybody make mistakes, but there is such thing as redemption. And we must redeem ourselves. God gives us grace and mercy. What is grace and mercy? The benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt for what? To check yourself before you wreck yourself. God is merciful, and that's what we need to do towards each other. Give each other the benefit of the doubt, because all of us been had. And we must remember that we must do all we can to get our balance back. Now, I shared with you the different things that are required to develop your emotional stability. And the first one I said was get proper rest, exercise, your eating habits. Also, family, what about this one? Practice, practice, practice. And what you be practicing is self-love. Practice self-love. The most hardest thing to do, family, is to forgive yourself. We're so busy forgiving everybody else. But don't forget, forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for the one who's forgiven, so you can lay your burdens down, lighten your load up so you can keep it moving. Remember that. You don't have to wait for an apology to keep it moving. So family, another one is create structure. Always have structure in your life. Structure gives you balance. It gives you something to feed on. And the structure should be based on our ancestors. Not somebody else's ancestors, but our ancestors as eagles, as the original man, as the child of God. Another one is practice mindfulness. Mindfulness means be conscious of what's going on through your mind, what's coming in and what's going out. Always be mindful of what's going in your computer and what's going out of your coming out of your computer. That's the real computer. Another one is, let me see. Oh, yes, meditate. Meditate is nothing but being at peace with yourself. Tapping into that divine area of peace, of balance. We must get quiet and go within where God is. Because the essence of us is God. The last one, family, that I'm going to share with you is be grounded. Now, when you look at the science of electricity, if it's not grounded, it will go off and on as it pleases. So we must be grounded in order to be stable. So these are some of the characteristics of being emotional stable. Now, let's keep in mind, family, that a lot has happened to us. A lot. For this past 500 years. It's a wonder it's 25 generations. It's a wonder any of us can think. Any of us have a desire to want to do the right thing. That's what you call at least a miracle. At least a miracle. We are that. So we must feed on our ancestors. We must honor our Creator and reverence Him in representing the ancestors. Just be. Claim it. And you are. So, family. Wow. I'm just thinking that so much has happened to us and we are still here. I guarantee you this, that no one else could have withstood what we went through and still be here. Still have a desire to want to do the right thing. Still think. You know, there's no other people that can do that. So, in conclusion, family, I would like to say this. To stay strong and keep your faith where it belongs. That's the challenge. No matter what's going on, can you stay? Can you continue? Can you retain? Can you keep on or keep in existence the balance? So stability, family, is a sign of it's a sign of love. Stability is a sign of personal love, a sign of being strong. Stability, a sign of value. So let's keep that in mind. Stability will promote self-love. It will promote self-strength. It will promote self-value. In other words, it's based on relationship, and the first relationship is with yourself. And now you have something to share. You have to have it to give it. So family, always be in control of who you are and whose you are. And in order to control, first you must get a grip. Once you get a grip, then you can control it. And then once you control it, you can maneuver it. Grip, control, maneuver. Remember that. That's the process. The bottom line to it all, family, is to know thyself. Because if you know who you are, you know who God is. Because our reality is God. Remember that. Don't let them school you. Don't let them fool you. Never separate yourself from the powers of God, because we are. I am. So family, I love you. I bless you, and I want you to prosper. Do your best and let God do the rest. Stay strong and keep your faith where it belongs. Keep your head towards the universe where all strength comes from, and never give up and never, ever, ever, ever give in, no matter how things seem. Because everything is, always was, and always will be in divine order. God don't make no mistakes, but we do. But when you learn from your mistakes, it's all good. The only thing that's bad is when you're not learning. So keep on growing and keep on learning. You can't go wrong. And learning can be painful, but you cannot beat the blessings. No pain, no gain, remember? The greater the pain that you get over, the bigger the blessings. So keep your lights on and keep them bright at all times. Never allow anybody to put your lights out. Right thinking, right giving, and right eating is holistic. Remember that. Family, this is Dr. Sadiki Baye, your servant. Happy new journey. Happy new you. Have a great day. Have a great life. This is Dr. Sadiki Baye, once again, your servant. I love you, I bless you, and I want you to prosper at all times. Peace, Hotep, and Baraka.